Hello and welcome to the Papa Z Insider. Today we're going to be talking about the fundamentals of what a family devotional is and the blueprint you can use to create one. First off, my credentials. My wife and I have led the youth ministry for almost 20 years. We retired from that a little while ago. Our kids are grown and out of the house, but we led the youth ministry, not only the Sunday school program, but also the teen program that comes after Sunday school's over. So we've worked with age groups from 6 months all the way to 18 years old. I don't think we've experienced everything. I've definitely had to learn a lot along the way. Just like any other parent, I've made mistakes. I'm no way perfect, but I'm hoping that through those mistakes, I've learned how to guide through this. And hopefully, I can guide you into becoming a sufficient or excellent family Devo leader. So the first thing I want to talk about is our family devotionals actually even talked about in the Bible. And even though they don't use the word devotional, they do talk about teaching. So if you look in Deuteronomy 6, starting in verse 5, it says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates." And this kind of gives an intro on what I feel is a family devotional, is that we're going to come together and learn how to communicate not only with God, but how we can communicate as a family and talk about these different things that we learn from the Bible, and also gives us a chance to talk about experiences of things that are going on around us in the world. So we're going to start with that, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into this and really break down the pieces for doing a family devotional. Let's take a look at the series here of how we're going to break this down, and then I'm going to talk about each one. We're going to keep it first. Number one, keep it simple. Number two, keep it short. Number three, make it fun and intriguing. And number four, make it safe. So we're going to go over each one of those, and hopefully that will allow us to really give you a chance to get a piece of how my mind works and how I think a family devotional should go. So number one, keep it simple. Family devotionals are not meant to be an hour long like church. A devotional should be a minimum time of you guys getting together and talking as a family. So keep it simple. Don't make it 15 points. Focus on a particular scripture or a particular lesson you want to learn, and focus on that. Try to keep it narrowed in, and also remember your audience. So if you're dealing with a 2-year-old, the lesson's going to have to be a lot more different than an 18-year-old, or if you have multiple age groups, trying to figure out how you can get all of them involved in some way. When you do number one, keep it simple. All right, number two, keep it short. Like I mentioned in number one, know your audience. A 1-year-old is not going to stay very long to listen. Probably up to 5 or 6, they're not going to stay very long. So how I've always done my plan is, for every year old they are, that's 1 minute of your lesson. And this can feel like a challenge, but again, you want to keep it simple. So for a practical for you, I had a friend that they led their family devotional with their, I think their son was 9 months old, but they had a can that they could put money in, and they would just say, "Remember the poor," and they would put their coins in, and everybody would pass it around. So we would just, there you go, there's your part one. So also, you might want to start this part with a song and then go into it, or you can end with the song at the end of your devotional. But a song just kind of makes it fun for the younger kid. Well, for all the kids, the teenagers will act like they're not interested, but inside they're actually enjoying it. But start with the song, then go into your lesson. Number 4, make it safe. I'm going to talk quite a bit about this one because most of you are probably wondering, what is Papa Z talking about? What do you mean make it safe? When you're coming together to talk, the older your kids get, the more intense some of the discussions could be, or the more complicated the questions could be that they have. If you haven't taught them that it's okay to share whatever's on their mind, or shown them that you're willing to listen to them, the older they get, the less they will trust you. And I know that sounds weird, but we did the best that we could, but we still found that our kids had some secrets. And you probably can't prevent that 100%. But we did our best to talk to our kids, and I would even tell them over and over, I want you to know you can come to me and talk to me anytime you want. So making it safe, when you're doing your lesson and asking questions, it's good to ask a question and just listen to what they have to say. Your younger kids might have a question that's not even related to the lesson. A 2-year-old's mind can go many ways. Act interested in what they had to say and answer their question anyway. And then, if you really want to maybe get their attention more, is ask them how you're doing in that area. So let's just take, for example, you're dealing with lying in your house. Ask them, have you ever seen Dad lie? Have you seen me lie before? And let them tell you about it. And, just say, I'm really sorry. That's not a very good example that I did that, is it? But I'm going to work on it. So next time we have a devotional, I'm going to ask you how I'm doing. Then you make sure you do it and follow up on your next devotional. It shows the kids you want to be held accountable. I have learned so much from my kids by being humble and letting them tell me what I've been doing wrong. And I know you might be thinking, why would I want my kids to correct me? Well, how else are you going to get them to trust you if you're not willing to say, I trust you enough to share with me my failures, my limits, that things I've been doing, because I don't want them to think that I'm a hypocrite, that I expect them to a higher standard than I should be held. And, I want them to know we love them and that there is no boundary of discussion that should be held back. As they get older, they may ask some really hard questions. It's okay to say you don't know. Tell them, hey, I really appreciate you asking that. I'm not really sure how to answer it, but I'm going to look that up and we can discuss it together. We can either do it the next devotional, or we can go out and get some ice cream or have a father-daughter date. father-son time and discuss that question. Again, you want them to know that you value what they have to say. And the more that you do that, the more practice that you do with it, you're going to find your kids are going to be willing to open up about more than what they're doing. More about what's going on in school, more about the things that they're seeing in school. And also, it may help prevent a lot of the peer pressure because they're going to have answers to questions that kids may confront them with when they say that they're Christians. So make sure to keep it safe. So, in recap, we want to make it simple. We want to keep it short. We want to make it fun. And we want to make it safe. And if this confuses you, if you have questions, please put that below. And while you're looking below, please like my video and share it. And hopefully, as things go along, we'll be able to help people. My plan, and hopefully the next time we come in, I'm actually going to do a devotional. So if there is a topic you would like me to try to discuss and show you how I would do that devotional, please put it in the comments. Remember, I'm human. There might be some that I'm not sure how I would do that. But I will do my best to answer questions and guide you. And again, if I don't know, I will tell you. But what I'm really excited about is that you're here and you want to learn how to enrich your family. And I hope that these series will teach you how to communicate together. So that's the Papa Z Show. I'll see you next time, and I hope you have a great day.